Hey goobers, we're back, and the video's working. It didn't a second ago, but now we're recording. I'm happy to announce I just woke up from like a 15-minute unintentional nap at my office. I'm tired. Um, Changing my sleep habit a little bit, and you could say I got less than a good amount last night. And I'm a little stuffy today. I think it's because I'm waking up at my new time, then going to bed at a poor time, then waking up at my new time, then going to bed at a bad time, and then sleeping on accident 11 hours, like 5 hours past when I'm supposed to be. Up and down. And people get sick when they do that. And we're course correcting, but we are nasally today. This video is not coming out the day I'm recording, so I'll leave it to you to assume when that might be. Outfit that I'm wearing not being the main giveaway. Anyway, articles. Oh, look at that. My backpack's in frame. Anyway, next on our journey of articles, relationships. From Psychology Today is June 2025 publication with multiple articles to review, and we're working through them because it's fun. Kind Words, Weird Feels is the title of this one, authored by Lindsay Godwin. She opens this up very straightforward and just, empathizing with the reader. We can relate. It can be weird to get a compliment sometimes. Uh, we can shrug it off, push it away. Flattery can feel odd. Now, I think flattery is not the right word, to be honest. I think flattery is very weighted. I think just kindness is probably better. Someone says, hey, you did a good job. The tendency for us to shrug it off, like, oh, it wasn't that good, or you're just being nice, or, it's because you're talking to me, you're not going to say it to other people. We shrug it off. And that there's likely something deeper within us that causes us to just bleh on someone's kindness. An interesting set of data, though, she says that women are more likely to reject compliments than men, and they're more likely to reject compliments from women. So that's interesting. So it says here that women deflected, oh, not reject, apologies, deflect or minimize. Women deflected or minimized comments from men about 60% of the time. When they were given compliments from women, they rejected it 78% of the time. That's a notable, it's almost like a 20% jump. It's 18% jump. But yes, they're just more likely to reject compliments from women. Women rejecting women. So I think there's probably a lot more to extrapolate on that in terms of social psychology there. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting data point. Way more intense than I expected. I wasn't surprised to hear there's some difference in likelihood to reject or accept, but 18% to 78% of the time. That means almost 4 out of 5 times they receive a compliment from another woman, they reject it. I don't have data on men here. That'd be interesting to see, but I just found that to be really interesting. She also goes on to explain that it's just good to accept praise from others, specifically noting that we feel good when we give compliments and praise to others, and that when we don't accept that, it deprives them of the joy of giving it to us. So, if we want to accept the compliment, or if someone is complimenting us, just to say thanks. I mean, it doesn't have to be. She goes on in a minute. We'll get into it on how to take a compliment. So I'm kind of jumping the gun a bit, but of not taking it, we kind of reject the other person's access to joy by doing so, and that it's actually, she doesn't say this, but it's kind of rude. And my perspective on this is actually that it's insulting and definitely rude. And some people will say, "Well, I want to be humble," but I think a good understanding of humility is just a sober-minded response, meaning you're not inflating your ego, which is what I think a lot of people think about. But what it also means is you are accepting what is true. So if you did something really well and someone says you did it well, to acknowledge thank you and to know you did, or to someone say how'd it go and you said I did a great job. And that's that is a form of humility. And some people act like, oh, they're just full of themselves. It's just telling the truth about what happened. And so I think it is, you have a strong argument for it being wrong to dismiss positive input. Now, you don't have to jump into a space and say, look how good I did. Everyone look at me and be full of ego. But to accept and acknowledge when asked about something that, yeah, I did a good job, or I won that. I was the best person at this thing. It also means telling the truth when it didn't go well. I'm not very good at this right now. And then when people compliment you, just accepting it. Thank you. So we'll go in real quick to the 3 points that she gives on how to take compliments. The 3 examples she gives are: 4, taking compliments. 1, just say thank you. It actually seems oversimplified, but it is quite true. I had to go through, it wasn't a very long phase, but a short phase of learning how to take compliments because I was in this category of being dismissive as well. And I got better at this. And one of them was to sit in it longer. So with people I could trust, I would say, I'm trying to take compliments better. So I'm just going to say thanks. And I would slow down a little bit. And this actually helped me a ton. She doesn't give that advice specifically, the slowing down, but it helped me a lot. But the just saying thank you, it doesn't need to be a big deal. Someone says, oh, this presentation you gave came at the perfect time for me. To be like, oh, just lucky timing. That's dismissive. It might not sound like it, but you're dismissing the compliment by saying, you're saying thank you, the timing's perfect. You're like, nothing to do with me. Instead, you're just saying thank you. The timing was perfect. Thanks. I'm glad it was helpful. You did a great job. Thanks. Glad it was helpful. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Good to be here. You can add those elements too, but thank you is enough. The second point is to consider the evidence, which is a bit more about a CBT style cognitive behavioral approach. Just, do you have evidence to suggest that this compliment is worth taking? So paying attention to the compliments you get. Have I heard this a lot? Is this feedback normal? Have I heard the opposite a lot? You're just being clear with yourself. And the data does suggest that for people who are dismissive and a little bit cognitive, where they try to turn it negative, when they do this evidence based approach, they have better results overall with self reflection. Like, well, there is actually a lot of data that says I do a good job at this. And the third point is to revisit them later. She recommends maybe keeping even a journal of some sort, writing down compliments. It's just easy to dismiss and then forget. Um, I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned about life is it is so easy to forget good things. We tell ourselves, this is never going to happen. I'm never going to forget this. This is amazing. And then we do. It's so abundant, like to the point where I just want to beat it into people. Like, write it down or force yourself to do it, just like habits and just like memory. Like, we just start to let it slip if we don't recall it and we don't do it enough. So yeah, I mean, I'm super in favor of that recommendation, is revisit these things often even. And really the last major point she gives is to take compliments as gifts. um, they are. I mean, they're where people choosing to give you just a kindness, and it is a gift. I echo and encourage this. Just take it as a gift. Don't overcomplicate it. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it for this. Just, you don't have to feel weird with people being nice to you or kind to you. That might be signs of things worth addressing in therapy or working through, but you're not alone in feeling uncomfortable about it, but learn to take it. Of all the things in the world that we should be rejecting, kindness and compliments and courtesies and congratulations to me just shouldn't be on the list at all. Learn to accept those. And if you're like, it's hard to, I don't care, work on it. You will be happy for yourself if you do. So I feel pretty confident that that's going to be true for most people. So, yeah, learn to accept compliments and kindnesses and just do it slowly. It doesn't have to be a big overnight change. Just keep working on you and you'll get there.